You know, there's something I've heard time and time again from folks in their 65s and beyond. Something that weighs heavy on their hearts. It's not about money, careers, or even the things they didn't get to do. It's about family, the missed chances, the words left unsaid, the moments that slipped by because life got busy, or pride got in the way, or they just assumed there'd always be more time. But here's the beautiful truth. It's never too late to reconnect. Never too late to mend fences, to share love, to create memories that'll warm your heart for years to come. So today, let's talk about 6 simple but powerful ways to rebuild those family bonds before it's too late. Number 1. Pick up the phone more often. Let's start with something so simple, yet so easy to put off. Picking up the phone. How many times have you thought, I should call my son, or I'd love to hear my granddaughter's voice, only to tell yourself, I'll do it later? Later turns into weeks, months, even years. And before you know it, the distance feels harder to bridge. Here's the thing. There's no perfect time. No magical moment when the house is spotless, the weather's just right, or you've got all the right words prepared. The perfect time is now. A quick call, even just 5 minutes, can mean the world. Hey, I was thinking about you. How's your day going? That's all it takes to keep the connection alive. And if weekly calls feel overwhelming, start small. Once a month. Mark it on your calendar. Before long, it'll become a habit you look forward to. A little lifeline of love between you and the people who matter most. Number 2. Say I'm sorry, even if it's been years. Now let's talk about something tougher but just as important. Saying I'm sorry. Maybe there's a rift between you and a sibling over something that happened decades ago. Or perhaps you spoke harshly to a child or grandchild in a moment of frustration, and the words still hang in the air. Here's what I've learned. Healing doesn't ask for perfection. It just asks for one brave step. You don't need a grand speech. You don't need to rehash every detail. Just a simple, I've been thinking about how I acted, and I regret it. I love you, and I want us to be close again. It might feel scary. They might need time to process. But even if the conversation doesn't go exactly as you hope, you'll know you tried. And that's a gift to yourself as much as to them. Because carrying regrets is a heavy burden, one you don't have to keep holding on to. Number 3. Share your stories. And while we're on the topic of words left unspoken, have you ever thought about sharing your stories? Not just the big milestones, but the little moments that shaped you. The childhood mischief, the lessons learned the hard way, the love stories and everyday triumphs. Your family might not realize how much they'd treasure those stories until they're gone. So why not write a letter, or record a voice message? Something they can hold on to long after you're not here to tell them in person. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just start with, I was remembering something today, and I wanted you to know. Legacy isn't just about money or heirlooms. It's about the pieces of your heart you leave behind. Now I know some of these steps might feel daunting, but remember, every journey begins with a single step, and the reward? Deeper connections, sweeter memories, and the peace of knowing you didn't let time slip away without trying. Next, let's talk about the power of presence, because sometimes being there in person can heal what words alone cannot. Number 4. Visit when possible. There's something about being in the same room with someone you love, something that a phone call or a letter just can't quite replace. The way their laughter fills the space, the way a grandchild's hand feels in yours, the unspoken comfort of sitting together in quiet understanding. Now I know travel isn't always easy as we get older. Maybe distance or health makes visits tricky. But if there's any way you can manage it, even just once in a while, it's worth the effort. You don't need a big production. A short weekend, an afternoon lunch, even a surprise "I was in the neighborhood" drop by can become a memory they'll cherish forever. Number 5. Show interest in their lives. Think about it. When was the last time you sat across the table from your adult child and really talked? Not about the weather or the news, but about their life, their dreams, their worries, the little things that light them up. It's easy to assume we know everything about our family, but people grow. Their passions change, their struggles shift. So next time you're together, Try this. Ask one meaningful question. What's something you're really excited about these days? Or, is there anything you've been dealing with that you'd like to talk about? Then, and this is the important part, listen. Not to fix or advise, just to understand. That kind of attention is rare these days. And it tells them, louder than words ever could, you matter to me. Number 6. Let go of old grudges. Of course, reconnecting isn't just about reaching out. It's also about letting go. We've all got them, don't we? Those old grudges that stick like burrs to our hearts. The sibling who never apologized. The child who made a choice we didn't agree with. The relative who said that hurtful thing years ago. Here's what I've come to believe. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to get sick. It weighs you down far more than it affects them. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It just means you're choosing your peace over your pain. Maybe you're not ready for a big conversation. That's all right. Start small. The next time you think of that person, wish them well in your mind. I hope you're happy. Bit by bit, that knot in your chest will loosen. And one day you might even find yourself reaching out to them with an open hand instead of a clenched fist. Now, I won't pretend this is easy. Some wounds run deep. But ask yourself, if today were your last chance to make things right, would that old grudge still feel worth keeping? Or would you trade it in a heartbeat for one more laugh together? One more I love you. One more moment of connection. The beautiful thing about family is that it's never too late to show up, to listen, to choose love over being right. And the reward? Well, that brings us to our final steps. Because the greatest gift you can give your family and yourself isn't just about reconnecting. It's about creating a legacy that lasts. There's a story I love about an old oak tree. For years it stood tall in a family's backyard, its branches sheltering generations of children as they played, its roots running deep beneath birthday parties and quiet conversations. When a storm finally took the tree down, the family didn't just mourn the loss. They took its wood and built a dining table. And around that table, new memories were made. That's what we're really talking about, isn't it? Not just reconnecting, but creating something lasting. Something that outlives us. Because the truth is, none of us know how much time we have left. But every day gives us a chance to plant seeds that will keep growing long after we're gone. So how do we do that? By being intentional with the time we have now. If you've been following along with our steps, calling more, mending fences, sharing stories, you're already well on your way. But let's talk about 2 more things that can turn these reconnections into a true legacy. First, traditions. Not the big, elaborate ones that feel like work, but the small, meaningful rituals that say, this is who we are. Maybe it's making your mother's pie recipe with your grandkids, or telling the same silly dad joke every Thanksgiving, or even something new, a monthly video call where everyone shares their rose and thorn from the week. These traditions become the glue that holds families together across years and miles. They're how children who never met you will still feel your presence. And here's the secret. It's never too late to start one. Next time you're together, try saying, how about we make this our thing? You might just create a tradition that outlives us all. Second, and this might be the most important, teach them how to love each other. Because the greatest legacy isn't what we leave for our families, but what we leave in them. When your children see you apologize, they learn humility. When they see you listen without judgment, they learn acceptance. When they see you let go of grudges, they learn forgiveness. We're always teaching, whether we mean to or not. So why not be intentional? Next time tensions rise at a family gathering, model the way forward. I think we're all saying the same thing. We love each other and want what's best. Simple words, but they can change a family's story for generations. As we wrap up, I want you to picture something. Picture your great-grandchild, someone who may never meet you, holding a photo of you in their hands. What do you want them to see? Just a face from the past? or someone whose love still echoes in how their family treats each other today. That's the power we hold, not in grand gestures, but in the small daily choices to call, to visit, to forgive, to listen, to say I love you when it's easy and when it's hard, to leave behind not just memories but a way of being that ripples forward. Here's to your family, to the connections you'll rebuild, the love you'll share, and the legacy you're creating right now. Until next time, remember, it's never too late to begin.